Well, good morning, folks. Pastor Rocky Branch, Spruce Pine First Baptist Church. Today is day 303. 303 days ago, we were engulfed by water that took its toll in many, many areas. And we have so many wonderful people that have come to help us. It's incredible. It's actually unbelievably incredible to have people to come as far as they have come and helped us in so many different ways. It is phenomenal. We are blessed. At our church, we're still housing people. We're so thankful to be able to do this, to help the cause as we continue to work together, as we just see God move in a great way. You know, one of the things that helps us is to rely on what you know to do what you need to do. Now, that's an important statement. I need to rely on what I know to do what I need to do. An example of that is very clear for us in 1 Samuel. 1 Samuel 17, when David comes to the front line and he hears Goliath, and he speaks out against this giant of a man, and David is rebuked by his elder brother, but David doesn't stop. David says, I contend that this Philistine will not curse or condemn my God. So his actions brought him before King Saul, which, by the way, was a coward. He was scared of his own shadow. Even though he's a big man, he was still scared. And David came before him and told Saul, I will take care of this problem. And Saul said, well, you're just a kid. This man's been a warrior since he was a youth. And you come in here with just a young man, a little boy, if you will. Well, that didn't stop David at all. David said, I can take care of the job because I know who I am. And I know whose I am. And David says it this way. Saul said to David, you're not able to go against the Philistine, verse 33 of the chapter, for you're but a youth, and this is a man of war from his youth. And then David said to Saul, thy servant kept his father's sheep. There came a lion and a bear, and took a lamb out of the flock. And I went after him and smote him and delivered the lamb out of his mouth. And when he arose against me, I caught him by his beard and smote him and slew him. And then David says, your servant killed both the lion and the bear, and this uncircumcised Philistine shall be as one of them, seeing he has defied the armies of the living God. Now, somebody ought to be saying amen somewhere where you're listening to this. I mean, somebody ought to really be saying amen when you listen to this. David said, I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to put up with it. You can forget it. This guy is gone. And I know he's gone because I know my God that helped me solve other problems that I've had. And this giant is no problem for me. Boy, it was a problem for Saul. He was a problem for the whole army of Israel, but not for this young preacher boy, if you will. There's a gnat in here. My wife's got some fruit in there, and I'm telling you, every once in a while, I want to fly by, and I'm telling you, I may have to get that karate out, chop out, and chop him out. Say amen, somebody. But the point is that David said, no, I'm not going to put up with this. And I love this. He says a lion came out, grabbed one of the lambs. I took care of him. A bear came out, grabbed one of the lambs. I took care of him. Let's think about those two animals for a minute. What does a lion do when it attacks? The lion doesn't fight all day to attack. It's not his nature. He goes for the jugular, for the neck. He goes to finish you quick. And David certainly knew the enemy was approaching his flock. And with that marksmanship slingshot, he run this lion off and then ultimately ended up killing the lion. It's an amazing story. It's amazing. And the lamb went free. Well, the bear comes along. What does he do? A bear attacks you. He mauls you. He rolls you around and plays with you and mauls you to death. Well, there's no fun in that for sure, but David took care of him too. See, David knew who he was, and he knew what he needed to do. And he knew where he had been was equipping him for where he had to go. And he had to face this great challenge in his life, which wasn't the greatest challenge in his life, but to this point it was. And David stood before Saul, said, I got this covered. God will take care of me, and I will rid the earth of this blaspheming Philistine. And you know the rest of the story. Saul wanted David to take his armor. David said, I can't use your armor. Saul was a big man. David was a young man. The armor would cover him up. The helmet wouldn't even fit him. It'd hang over his head. It'd hang over his eyes. David said, listen to this carefully now. David said to Saul, thank you, but I need to use what I know works. Hello, somebody. I need to use what I know works. And that's what we need to do. We need to use what we know works. Don't try to change the information. Don't try to change the plan. Let God do it, and do what you know that works when you face another challenge. Don't change it. Just do it. And if you do that, God will bless you for it. God bless you. We love you. Talk to you later.